showed up. What's up, bro Ham?
What's good with you, son?
Yo, what's up, cuz? What up, cuz?
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Straight up, we trying to do this thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So look, I got a couple people chat on the stream. Where's the Remnant 2 stuff? I'm not interested in that game, man. I think we already had that discussion, but I brought my brother in. We're gonna do like whenever we can. If we do it every Friday, cool. Every other Friday or whenever we can schedule it. We're gonna do shooting the Shizz, right? And basically, I guess one of us, I guess I picked the topic this time. He doesn't even know what we're going to talk about, but I'm pretty sure he can elaborate highly on the subject because it's something we both like. We're both very musically talented, or maybe musically challenged. Maybe is a better word, right? Right.
It is a challenge.
so, so we both been fucking with music for a long time. So, what we're going to talk about tonight is I get caught up in some discourse sometimes with some of my other friends, and we always have this discussion, right? And I always like to bring mine up, and I don't think my brother has actually heard mine as of late, but we always have this discussion of like, hey man, who's your favorite top 5 rappers of all time, right? And it just gets into these lengthy. A lot of times they turn up these conversations because my top 5 don't look like a lot of other people's, right? I mean,
That's hard.
it is hard. It is hard, right? So I figured what we could do, so we're not like, oh yeah, that's mine too. What you could do right now is in your mind. I'll break it down for you. So we're gonna do top 5, right? Your top 5, and just to be clear, if you go and pull up the new Billboard 100 top 100 greatest rappers of all time, like you don't need to use that chart. Your top one might not be the top one that's even in the top 100 on that chart, right? And
I can guarantee it.
yeah, right, right. Now I know that a few of mine are probably in the top 100, but so what we'll do is we'll pick our top 5, right, and we'll go from the bottom up. We'll go from fifth to first, right? We'll go, but what we'll really do is we'll go fifth to second, right? We'll go fifth place to second place, and then have like we'll say 3 honorable mentions. Like, hey, these 3 didn't make the list, right? 1, 2, 3, right? And then on top of that, so you got 8 total, right? And then 2 people, right, that are maybe rappers right now that you feel could move into your top 5 if, they continue down the path of excellency, I guess we could call it, right? So what I'll do, just so my chat knows, is I'll type mine out. I'm not going to put them in chat, but I'm going to type them out in chat because I'm going to have my list up. And then obviously, Crackerican, you can go ahead and pencil your list in, or if you can just keep them in your mind, that's cool. I'm gonna type mine because I'm kind of a dipshit. I'll forget 1 or 2 or all of them at the same time. So.
And I got ADD, and I was like,
Oh shit! I forgot that guy. Wait a minute, I forgot to put him in, and I've kind of already thought about it. And then what we'll do, obviously, it'd be simple to just come in here and like, okay, here's my top 5, here's my 3 mentions, and these are 2 people that sound really good, right? So we'll go one at a time. Like we'll go 5 to 2, then we'll go honorable mentions, then we'll talk about our number 1, and then we can talk about maybe two rappers that we see that are up and coming that could make it in this list. And again, we already got some engagement. My top 5 includes Jadakiss and Missy Elliott. I mean, those are I get that. You know what I'm saying?
production for Missy Elliott. Like the production, that was my main thing about her. I mean, what albums did she got out? Like, what were the all times for Missy Elliott?
Dude, easy. I can tell you. You know who? Timbaland. Timbaland produced her albums that were all time. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Did he do all of them?
No. He didn't. He didn't. I can guarantee that he didn't. So let me finish. All right. So let me type mine in chat real quick. Oh, you put Queen Latifah? No shit. Okay. As your top 5, Queen Latifah? Fuck. God, y'all ain't gonna like my number. Nobody ever likes my number 1. Everybody shits. But then I feel like people kind of think about it like, you know what? That does kind of make sense, right?
Yeah, I don't like Kid Rock either.
Kid Rock, what the fuck?
That's your number 1, right?
Nah, dog. He said that's your number 1. Oh shit. All right, so I'm typing mine out so I don't forget. And I've already forgotten who I. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, who was? Oh, it was a toss up, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, all right. I think I got that. All right. And then that way you've also got them written down, right? That way, like, because I probably wouldn't change my mind anyways. But if you write them down, you know what you're gonna say, right? You're not gonna be like, well, I changed my mind because you picked, you like My Little Pony shit. Me too, right? Like, but that's what the debate's about. If you write them down and don't say nothing, and then honorable mentions. And see, this is another reason people hate me is because my honorable mentions are probably in a lot of people's top 5. But there's a reason, right? So we'll talk about it. That's what the discussion is. And then you guys can let us know, like, hey, man, that's dog shit, or hey, that's cool, or man, y'all are stupid. I mean, Lil Uzi Vert. Okay, I mean, shit. I mean, Lil Uzi Vert's he's definitely got some bangers, right? I forgot who I was gonna.
I've listened to him. I can't do it. I don't know what it is.
Right.
In my top 5. In my top 5. I definitely couldn't do it in my top 5.
No. Right. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I could probably go through, like, I could probably do 100, right? But goddamn, we'd probably be on here for hours talking about why, who, what number 97 is, and why. Like, goddamn, that's a lot to talk about in a small amount of time, I guess. Man, I had my other honorable mention, but I'm gonna have to come back to that because now I forgot. And then I remember the 2 people I know who's, and honestly, I'll say this: my number 1 and my honorable mention, like, the only reason that person's not in my top 5 is just because they maybe hadn't done enough, right? And obviously, I'll say why, right? I mean, I got most of mine Cracker Rican. I don't know where you're at on your list, but I'm trying to think.
I got.
You already got yours done?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Let me think of this last one. Sorry, I had it, and then wait a minute. You know what? Hold on. Let me look real quick. Let me look at. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's. But see, that's also a toss. Oh man, it's so hard, bro. But I'm gonna put this one. All right. So do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first with number 5?
Go ahead and run your number 5.
All right, my number 5 is Jay-Z, right? And I put Jay-Z as number 5 because, like, I remember when like the Blueprint came out, right?
Yes.
And that's actually to be fair, the Blueprint's kind of what also turned me on to Kanye. But just in advance, Kanye's not in my top 5, right? Unfortunately for him, but Jay-Z is, right? Just because I feel like with Jay-Z, like, I don't know if you guys ever watched, he made, again, we talked about a producer, Timbaland, just a minute ago, Dirt Off My Shoulder, right? That song came out, and that song was produced by Timbaland. And if you watch the DVD or the video or the making the band, whatever the fuck it was, right, of when Jay-Z was making the Black Album, he, like, Timbaland's got his motif, right? Sitting on a desk, like, that's what he travels with. He takes his motif with him and has everything uploaded in it at the time. Hits a button, he's going through different beats. One of them was a Missy Elliott beat that showed up on her album, right? I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I remember that it was a Missy Elliott beat because I was like, oh, I heard that shit. But then he gets the Dirt Off Your Shoulder, and like, Jay-Z's like, oh, hold it. He's like, wait. And he's just sitting there like nodding his head, and he starts brushing his shoulder off. That's literally how he came up with the song. So it's not like he, had to think about it too long. He just sat there, did that. And another reason Jay-Z's in my top 5, this dude can get in the booth, and I've seen him do it, and he just spits out everything. He's not a pencil writer, okay? Allegedly. I mean, I've only seen videos. I don't know what the dude does behind the scenes, but apparently he's one of the guys that can get in the booth and just spit a whole fucking song and be done with it, which is pretty sick, right? I don't think there's a lot of people that can admittedly do that. So that's my number 5 and why. What about you? What's yours?
My number 5 actually it's Black Star.
Black Star, no shit. Okay.
With Talib Kweli and Mos Def.
But see, okay. So top 5 greatest, your top 5 rappers, because like we could do another segment of like groups or You know.
All right.
So okay, fair.
I got one to sub out for that then.
Okay.
And we'll do then because he didn't make the top five. So atmosphere actually, or
Atmosphere.
slug of atmosphere. Yeah.
Slug of atmosphere. Okay. See, he's naming off somebody I ain't even heard none of this guy's shit, right? So why'd you pick this guy? Or girl?
So
I don't even know if it's a girl or guy actually.
it's a dude.
It
He's
is
been
okay.
doing. If it was him slug, that'd be kind of ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, no, this he's been at it since like the mid '90s, and
Okay.
then I first saw him on what was that back in the day? DJ. What was his name? The DJ for MTV back in the day. Scribble
DJ
Jam.
Scribbles.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I saw
Okay.
Scribble Jam had it was the four elements. It was graph writing, freestyling, dancing, breakdancing, and DJs. Like, and they'd have a competition every single year, and it was like pretty much his whole entire label came from people that were there.
Okay.
That were at that event, and like you see people like Eminem, um, Immortal Technique, and like a bunch of the underground started there. That's where they got their real start at was in the Scribble Jam.
Okay.
I've been following that man for a long time now. Has his stuff as of recent fallen off comparatively? Oh yeah. But the stuff prior to 2010, I mean, he had to 15 albums.
Yeah. Yeah, and see that's where like that's where my top five isn't like a lot of people's because a lot of people mention top fives of people that were like pre 2000 or stuff like that. I feel like I built mine off of like what they did and what they're still doing kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, so yours is based on like overall. It's not based on how much you listen to it because that's all mine was. Is like if I go back to my
Mm-hmm.
playlist and I start playing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much gonna play any of these people all day, every day,
Oh
and
yeah,
have no
no.
problem.
Me too. Yeah, same here. Yeah, absolutely. These people in my. That's why I think when I tell you my number one, you'd be like, oh damn, I didn't even know like, because it's crazy story, but like yeah man. So no, yeah for sure. Like I still love a lot of Jay-Z shit. I like the shit that Kanye produced for Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And then like Hova Hova H to the
Yeah,
Izzo. I
yeah.
used to bang that song in the Tacoma, man. I had that fucking CD. That bitch probably got 37 scratches on it still.
And I
Mm-hmm.
tried that toothpaste, putting toothpaste on it. It didn't work, but
It
I
didn't.
tried it.
It was bullshit. All right. So do you want to elaborate any more on Slug, or is that like that's where you're at?
Um, so like that was the other part is that he's also somebody that brought up so many great artists, like
Okay.
somebody that had the vision to bring a label together and then to put so many people under him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, just if you're talking about people that did stuff for their rap community, like he definitely put all of the Northeast on notice. Like, hey, I got this label. Let's do something. I mean, do you know Murs?
Mers? No,
Yeah.
can't say I do.
You are. Yeah, I mean he's one that never got any credit anywhere, and he's one of the baddest. I mean, to do it. Like as far as his writing ability and his rhythms, just ridiculous. But nobody ever signed him prior to Atmosphere, and then when they signed him to Rhymesayers, it was done. Like he just started blowing up, and
Damn.
by blowing up, that's in the underground.
Right. In the underground. Yeah. Underground circuit. Yeah, because I got a few in the underground I like too, but not like Unfortunately for me, I listen to a lot of the mainstream rappers, but a lot of some of what I listen to of some of the mainstream isn't stuff that you would hear on the radio all the time too, right? Type of
Yeah.
stuff. So just real quick to recap too, it looks like X Fire showed up and said that his top five includes Jadakiss, Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah, Lil Uzi Vert, and his number one was Yeet. And his honorable mentions were Fergiato Blow, number one
I don't
MAGA,
know that one.
number one MAGA rapper, and Calliope Mori. I don't know none of those three motherfuckers, but I do know the other top five, except for I don't know your number one, which is Yeet. I don't know who Yeet is. I know everybody else in your list though.
I'm feeling old. Like I know that those are part of
4G
the
auto
new
blow.
school.
Oh, okay. 4G. Jay Z too old. Jay Z's too old, man. Hey, you're right. Jay Z is older, but like that's when I grew up, and dude's still crushing the game, in my opinion. Like, I don't think he's came out with anything really recently, but "Make America Great Again." That's an actual rapper's name. Holy shit! So he just kind of deboed that from Trump and was like, "Debo." That's great though.
Which
That's
devoed
fucking.
that from the Nazis.
Debo that really okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's an old Nazi thing. It was make Germany great again.
no shit. I didn't
Yeah,
even know that, bro. That's fucking
and
great.
then you got the colors going. Man, you might want to think about your color schemes, y'all.
Oh shit, the colors go fuck, dude. All right, all right. So let's go. Most popular song is band target song. All right, man. You have to. Hey, if you guys want to, any songs that y'all are posting up, just post them up in the Discord under either general chat. Probably just post them under general chat. I'll take a listen. But if
Yeah,
you
I was gonna say like you should throw. Don't you have the ability to put one of those on the main?
on
Like,
the
can't you
yeah,
put one of
I
those
can.
out?
I actually do it right now. I actually go in here. I think I can add a channel. I forget how because I'm bad. Create channel. There we go. New channel. Music. There we go. Bam. Create channel. Easy. So now there you guys go. We got a music channel up in there. We'll put it. I don't have this in any kind of fucking alphabetical order. All right, guys. I'll clean this up at some point. We'll do our ABCs. All right. So all right. I'll jump into number 4 first. Then there he goes. Oh, okay. I know who this is. I know who this is. Mayor of Magaville. I know who this. Okay. I know. I've heard some of his songs. Now that I see a picture of this dude, I have heard some of his songs. Ask me the song. I don't remember the name of it, but I heard his track and he had some bangers. He had like some 4G auto blow. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, because man, it was a song I was listening to recently that was hot by this dude. Okay, and you're a younger dude. Actually, you're like literally 20 years younger than me, man. So your whole fucking list is gonna be way different than mine probably. All right, so number.
Which is what makes it good though. That's how you find new music.
Oh yeah, fucking for sure. Like, dude, like I'm gonna check that out. I love music, so anytime y'all post some shit in there, I best believe I'm gonna listen to it. Actually, I think there's somebody named Best Believe. Best Believe is their name. I don't know how good the music is, but so all right.
But you
So
best believe.
my number 4 is Busta Rhymes. Okay, for me,
Solid.
Busta Rhymes, like I'll never forget the first time I heard Busta Rhymes. I lived in Saudi Arabia, and it was fuck man, I can't even remember. Uh, it wasn't the song Dangerous, but Dangerous
That's
was
what I
a
was
dope
just thinking.
song.
That was in my.
But it was a song before that, and I can't remember the name of it. And I heard that, and then like everything since then that Busta has done, and he's still doing today, bro. He's like, I'm not a big fan of speed rappers. I'm not I like the Tech Nine. I like Busta Rhymes. I like when Eminem spits some fast bars, and everybody else that does it. Can't forget Twista, right? But like that's a cool skill to have, but it's not something I really want to like jam to in my car all the time, right? Like I like the song Godzilla by M, but like it's not my favorite song, right? It's a good song, but it's not my favorite. So oh, I see you posting all this stuff up in there. Keep it coming, X. I appreciate it. But that's my number 4, and literally just because, like I said, like his beats, like that's another thing with me. My name's Beats, right? So I'm always oriented with the way people's beats sound, like a lot. so I've always loved Busta Rhymes, man. Always loved Busta Rhymes. That's my
Busta has
4.
always been one of those. He's been one of those steady in my. He's not in any of my playlists though, which is crazy because I love his music, but I don't listen to him on a regular basis anymore. Like
It's
that's
funny,
been
yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, you talk about a playlist. I don't even have a playlist, right? This is what I think of. Like when I'm sitting here beatboxing sometimes, like I do, I'll start, I'm like, man, where's that beat? Oh, okay, that's so-and-so. Boom, I just looked this song up on YouTube and bam, I play it. And I'll literally listen to it like 27 times. It's like, that's what happens.
Dude,
That's it.
yeah, no, that's my I got playlists, man. I got playlist on playlist on playlist. Like I have so many different ones for so many different moods. Like
Yeah.
there's so much music and like there's so varied in taste that if I didn't separate that stuff, I would just be lost in the sauce.
Bro, that's funny that you do it like that because, like, when I used to DJ in the clubs and stuff, a lot of my DJ buddies be like, "Yo, bro, what set you running tonight?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "You know, you're gonna get up there and you got your music all picked out." I'm like, "No, I don't." Like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, dude, that's not how I pick my music." And they're like, "Well, how do you do it?" I'm like, "Well, I get in, I start off with whatever I'm thinking, and then I pretty much just search around, I get around the same beats per minute, and I snatch songs up, bap, bap, bap. Like, okay, this will go good with that. And they're like, "Man, that's crazy you do that. That seems like you're doing a lot of work on the fly instead of having it ready for
Yeah.
that night." But the problem
Yeah.
is, if you pick a whole playlist in a night and you're in a club and people aren't vibing, you got to either switch it up or do something. So you can't just keep your playlist and then what are you going to do, right? You're going to spiral out of control into some bullshit, probably. I don't know. But that's how I did my set. And they're like, "Bro, that's crazy." It's like I was a freestyle DJ. I just get up there and bang it out. And they were like, "Dude, that's crazy that you do it like that."
It is
So,
crazy. Like
yeah.
just because it is a lot of stress. That's a lot of stress to be like to put it on. Like even when I DJ'd those couple events, I had to have
You
the
put a
an
playlist
idea for everyone.
together. See?
Yeah,
That's
hell
where
yeah,
we're
I did. Now
different.
I didn't necessarily stick to it though. I would pull out and I'd go into something if I was like, hey, this is what I want to hear, or this is what somebody requested. All right, cool. We'll jump into that,
Yeah.
and then I'll pull it back in. But I had an idea of where I was going at all times.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's where we're different then, I guess. All right, so who's your number 4? Who you got to get in your 4 now?
Number four right now for me is Anderson Paak.
Anderson Paak. Oh, he's the guy that plays the drums, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I seen him. He's a cool ass cat, dude. I like him out of the newer cats that have come out in the recent after 2010s. I think he's after 2010, right?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, he had his initial shit right there, right at that time.
I think he was in one of the, like now I go to and I watch the man, I'm gonna fuck this up, ain't I? I watched the freshman roll call.
Yeah.
What's it? What? It's the freshman roll call. It's either by a radio station or it's a magazine. Double XL. Double
Yeah,
XL
XL.
freshman roll call. That's how I found out about Lil Dicky, man. Right?
Oh, little Dicky is on there.
So Anderson, yeah, Anderson Paak is your number 4, and like I saw him when he was rap. I think the problem with Anderson Paak is I saw him when he was a freshman, and I was kind of like, eh. But then I found out he plays the drums. I'm like, okay, this dude, okay, all right, I get it.
He's got sick fills on the drums. Like he definitely lays it down on the like every recording that they do is him playing the drums
Yeah.
to every song. Like that shit is live. Having a real drummer play your stuff and somebody that knows real soulful fills, that's the way right there. Like
Yeah.
if they know what they're doing and they can bring in another aspect because I mean every producer I know, they don't have fills. They don't have musical beats. Like they're not they feel like they're not really musical so much as they are just repetitive. Like
Just
it's like,
repetitive,
oh
yeah,
man,
yeah.
I got the 16 bars and it's gonna say the same like
Same
drum beat
pattern
the
and shit.
entire song. Yeah. Um. So Anderson Paak, like it was not only the drumming, but man, his subject matter, it's actually decent. Like his ideas on concepts. He's good at making concept songs and making them work out. I would probably say like he would get higher up in my list just because of how often I listen to him. But
Right.
there's just other people that got to take those spots.
Yeah, dude, I know. That's what's up. Trust me when I tell you, like one of my up and coming, I actually probably listen to a lot more than some of the people on my list right now, which is fucked up. Uh, but all right,
That's how it goes though.
yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
When you find that new music, you devour it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. But I guess the problem with me is I listen to some stuff. I'm like, okay, like, yeah, their bars are kind of like some of the mumble rappers I can't get into. Some of them I can. Like I just saw X post some. Like I can get into some Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can get into some Travis Scott real hard. Like he's good, but they consider him a mumble rapper. But I don't. Some of those guys
I
they
would say
tag
so.
with that. I don't really feel that way. You know?
No,
Nah. I mean, to
like
me, okay. Here's the best identity I could give you for a mumble rapper that comes to mind. When somebody's like mumble rapper, the first person that comes to my head is Designer, bro. Designer. I don't get me wrong. Panda was a dope beat, but his lyrics on that track were trash, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm sorry if anybody's offended in 12 languages, but the beat was dope. The rap was junk, in my opinion.
Yep, I'm with you on that entirely, and that's a lot of the beats. That's the thing is that the new style of beats, like I really enjoy. Like I really enjoy it. The problem is that the people that go over them, I can't get down with either the way their execution
Mm-hmm.
or their cadence.
Right.
Like cadence is a big deal to me. Like and that
Yeah.
slow, fucking I'm on lean
Nah.
feel is not my way.
And that's the thing. That's cool. It's look, I can appreciate it, but and that's just like that's like when I rap. I rap on the beat. Some people don't like that. A lot of people don't like that. But that's just how I like. That's how I rap. You know what I'm saying? I've always rapped on beat. I don't rap. I don't just spit a bunch of bars out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've always rapped to the melody, right? The melody and the beat of the song. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going for speed. I'm going for finesse.
See, that's where I definitely part from your stylistic.
Exactly.
Like I love
hey, but that's why we made a good combo back in the day. We were the same but different at the same time, right? Like, you know what I mean? All right.
it's all right. So what you got on number three?
All right. Now number 3 for me, I got Eminem. Eminem's my number 3, right? Because his new tracks, like I said, we talked about Godzilla coming out. He like all the new stuff that he started with you know, MGK back when that was going on, and I felt like he destroyed MGK. Don't get me wrong, MGK's raps were pretty hard, but like I still feel like Eminem just shit on him. And then I look back at all the other stuff that Eminem did. You know, when Eminem first came out, when the Slim Shady LP dropped, there was some other like I think you were with me. Like I don't know if you were with me, but I used to get these like I don't know what record store it was we used to go to, but I used to get like some like straight up underground like cuts of rappers that that weren't on their albums. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys remember that song, Our House in the Middle of the Street. Eminem did like a rap to that chorus with a beat on it, and it was fucking I don't know what the name of the song was, but it was a dope song, right? So I love shit like that. I like shit that these mainstream rappers would do that was off mainstream, like off stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's all of Lil Wayne's catalog. I mean honestly, like
Yeah.
I didn't listen to Lil Wayne until I heard that he did mixtapes, and I listened to those mixtapes. Where it was like I couldn't even listen to any of the major releases because they were just too. It was too mainstream. I just couldn't mess with it. But
yes,
then
I would say yes to the ones that were on the radio, but I'll talk about that later. But like that man, that's a whole different sidebar. But yeah, Eminem number 3 for me, and
that's reasonable.
And just because dude's still killing it too. Like if
some of these, my list.
I mean, dude, he had to be at least in my top 5, and he's definitely number 3 for sure.
I mean, anytime somebody says he's in my top 5 for all time, I always agree. But somehow that's just not. He didn't make it. He didn't make it in my top 5.
I mean, but that's okay. That's because if you tell people Anderson .Paak is your number 4, they're gonna be like, "Bro, what do you mean I'm number 4, bro? What all time? What?"
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at what people.
All about how you measure.
Exactly. All right, so that's my 3. What's your 3?
My 3 is actually it's gonna be one it's gonna be J. Cole.
Okay, I can respect that too. I know J. Cole's up there too, man. He's definitely a rapper that he's got some fucking bangers, dude. Like not only has he got some good melody ass rap tracks, he got some fucking just lyrically inclined fucking beat downs.
Yes.
So
he's got real message. He's got flow. He's got everything that you're looking for in a what I would call like a mainstream rapper. I mean, that's where it's at. Like he's got all of those characteristics of what I would think a star is supposed to be, and like nobody really can deny like the off season. Like that whole entire shit is just ridiculous. I mean, that still gets a play. Like it still gets a spin in my stuff like at least once a week.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, J. Cole's fucking solid, dude. Like If I listened to more of his tracks more often, it would probably, you know, he's still like, is he in my top 10? I don't know. I don't know if he's in my top 10. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I
That's
don't listen to
that.
him. I like his songs. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not stuff that I personally listen to a lot. But he's a dope ass rapper though, for sure, like 100%. Like if it was like, yo, J. Cole's my favorite rapper, I'd be like, oh shit, okay, he's fucking dope, right? I wouldn't be like, man, that dude's fucking trash. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean that'd be impossible if you've even heard anything. I mean, I feel like I don't. Out of all the people that might be on my list, I mean that's the one that I feel like is universally liked, like enough to where
oh
people are
yeah,
like, yeah, that makes sense.
younger and older. Yeah, I would say people like my generation know who J. Cole is, and obviously the younger crowd
Yeah,
definitely knows who he is. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's exactly it. He's got the staying power because he's got that that thing. He's got that thing,
He does,
and like
dude.
that's something that's hard to do is to stay with the old and the new. Like he even I think he mentions that in one of the tracks, like talking about how he's right in the middle of the new school and the old school, and
Yeah,
he's in the perfect spot.
you know, I'm gonna throw a name out there. I don't know if this guy is or isn't on your list. Is I feel like J. Cole's like East Coast, and then you got Kendrick Lamar on the West Coast, right? Like I feel like Kendrick
Oh,
and J. Cole are very like East West, but they they're not like throwing it up in their videos and shit as
yeah.
much as like maybe the OGs. But like if you said, hey, who's hot, who's probably the hot top rapper on those coasts based on everybody's likeness, I'd probably say those two guys. Or
Yes.
MF, yeah, MF Doom. MF Doom's a big one, dude. Uh,
Woo!
Killer Mike
But
and
he was
LP
born.
Rank. Killer Mike's a dope ass dude from the South. I love fucking Killer Mike, dude.
Yep. Killer
Low
Mike's
key.
bang.
Yeah, Killer Mike's damn bad. I don't know who LP Rank is. LP Rank. Don't know who that is. Definitely leave me a
I,
video on that.
I know LP,
LP?
but I don't think they're talking
Oh,
about.
oh,
Yeah, I
maybe
think
he's
they're
talking
talking about.
about LP. He says where? Oh yeah, he said where does Killer Mike and LP rank? So
Oh,
LP. I don't know who LP is. I'd have to look at
yeah.
LP.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I
What?
don't. Hey, I'm just being on it. Like I haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll hear a track and be like, oh, I've heard this shit. I was wondering who that
You
was.
definitely have. You definitely have.
LP, the
Um,
white guy with Killer Mike and the Run the
yeah.
Jewels. Okay. I had to listen to that track. I know who Killer Mike is. I've heard tons of Killer Mike
Oh,
stuff.
I
Right?
mean, it's cool. I mean, it's LP is the white hat.
Yeah. Well, I know for me, Killer Mike. I remember Killer Mike off of Bone Crusher's album. Right? I ain't
Oh,
ever scared. Like that's where I remember Killer Mike from.
that pulls it way back then.
Mm-hmm. I told
Like
you
I
I'm
didn't
a.
even know that. Honestly, dude, I didn't even know that was Killer Mike then.
A lot of people didn't. I did. I was like, dude, who's this dude fucking barring out right now? Like, oh shit, let me look at this dude up. I'm like, oh shit, Killer Mike, this motherfucker.
Killer
Oh
Mike,
shit.
Killer Mike's up there. Like I'm gonna say that he's probably in my top 20. I would give him top
Ooh,
20 status,
top
but
20?
like
Fuck.
he'd be far back.
He'd be far back, yeah.
But that's
Okay.
in combination with that's in combination with LP. Like I mean that the Run the Jewels is that album is on.
The album. Okay. All right. I had to check. Man, I had to dig that out. Um. All right. So I guess we're going on to number 2, right?
Let's do these honorable mentions.
You want to do those before we do 2 and 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How about this? We'll do honorable mentions number 2, and then we'll do our up and coming, and then we'll do number 1. How about that? All right. Okay. So my first honorable mention, I got to put Tupac, right? Because the problem I have with Tupac right now is that just he's been gone for a minute. He doesn't have any new shit coming out, but I still go back and bang his
Bullshit.
shit. Well,
Bullshit.
I mean,
He got tons of
he,
coming out.
he has stuff where he
have you
does
not heard
features
the
of
AI?
bars he already dropped. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm talking about no. I'm talking about the AI. Dude, that
Oh, the
AI
AI.
album
Oh,
between
shit.
him and Biggie
Oh,
is
shit.
fucking.
Is it sick? I haven't seen that shit. I don't know if I can bring myself to watch it because it's not really them, right? Like I get the AI and the tech, but like, all right, fair. But I mean, for me, I look at Tupac as like just, number one, he had Dre in his back pocket. Not all the time. He had other producers, but like I felt like everything that him and Dre made was just like, I know for me, California Love, right? Like I know it's for a lot of people. Like California Love is just like that video, that vibe, that whole fucking just that to me was like what I really remember of Tupac. You know what I mean?
Tupac was my first, like that was the first real rapper that like that really appealed to me. Like the first time I heard whatever he did on, it was a soundtrack back in the day.
It's probably the movie he was
Criminal.
in. Criminal. Uh,
Um, it wasn't Gridlocked. It was, oh man,
he was in a couple movies. He was also
oh
Hollywood
yeah.
as fuck.
I mean, he was Hollywood as fuck because he went to Juilliard. Nobody remembers the fact that that man went to Juilliard. That's
Yeah.
how he knows Jada Pinkett Smith. Like,
Right. 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 Right.
that's
Right.
not your regular hood story. Your hood story does not go to Juilliard.
No. No. Not at all. 0%. But it was because his mom, right? His mom was like super
Yeah.
in depth to make sure that dude didn't fail in life because of where they were from and shit. So I mean, I get that. Yeah, 100%. So for me, my first honorable mention's Tupac. So do you want to go back and forth on honorable mentions, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, all right. Who's your?
That's with,
Well, and that's my number
with
one.
Tupac.
That's my number one honorable. That's my top honorable mention, by the way.
Honorable mention is gonna be for me. It's gonna be Mos Def.
Ah, Most Def. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Mos
And I
Def.
get that,
His,
dude. Most Def can just fucking rap like a. He's a poet. He's a poet and a rapper, in my
yes,
opinion, right? Like,
yes, and that's what that, I mean. He gets a character. Like that's what it is. Like
mm-hmm.
he's got who he is, but then he also has these characters that are
Yeah,
way
like,
more in depth.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I always, every time I think of Most Def, I think of the Chappelle Show, right? Like every time.
Which one? Which part?
Oh, like every time he ever, like, I'll never forget the time he showed up with Kanye West and did that track that they banged out. It was Most
Yeah,
Def, Kanye, and there was one more guy.
it was probably Talib Kweli,
Talib Kweli, yeah. Talib Kweli, yeah.
which is who makes up
Black
Black
Star,
Star.
yeah. Black Star, yeah. They do have a thing, yep. And I've heard some of their stuff, which as a duo, man, holy shit, they're fucking demons.
It's strong. It's strong. I mean, as a duo, they crushed it. But in all reality, though, I don't know why, but I just had to put them on my top five just because I was gonna put them on the top five because that album gets played so often for me. Like that, the because they only have two. One that was
Yeah.
back, 2004, and then one that just dropped like a year ago.
Oh
They only
wow,
got two albums.
a year ago they dropped the fucking album.
Yeah, a year ago, and they weren't gonna release it to the world. They were like, hey, if you join their patron or whatever they
They're
had going,
bullshit.
they can
Yeah.
join. Yeah, then we'll do that.
Well,
I
we
think
can
they
talk
were
about
really.
that at the end because I got some inside intel on that and saw a video and was like, God damn. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll put a pin in that, man.
Yeah, I'll put it at the bottom of my list. Uh,
Yeah, I would go back and I listen to Mos Def on a semi-regular basis just because like I love those bars. I love the bars.
yeah, for sure, 100%, 100%, dude. Like those dudes are lyrically inclined. Like that's what I call it, lyrically inclined, dude. When I hear him
Yeah.
rap, I'm like, I just bob my head like, oh shit, okay, kill him, get it. Like, oh damn, like that's a whole time type of thing with those guys. Um, I'll say okay. So my second honorable mention for me is Biggie, right? Like, and the only reason
Oh,
Biggie's after Pac is because Biggie just was around a shorter amount of time than Pac was, and he had a
yep.
bigger impact on the East Coast, of course, because that's where he was from. But like, I just feel like he didn't have as much of an impact as Tupac did, unfortunately. And people hate to say that or whatever, or they'll say Biggie wasn't around as long, so Biggie was better than Pac because he did more in a shorter time. And I just don't feel like that's a fact in my opinion, right? I don't feel like it is. I just feel
No,
like,
that's not a factor.
and I'm from the East Coast, so just
Yeah, we're from
but
the South.
but
There's a difference. We're from the South.
but dude, Biggie's tracks are classics, man. It's like when your dad puts on like fucking AC/DC rock. You're like, okay, well, it's not really my favorite, but it's a good, I get it. You know what I mean?
Good jam.
It's a good jam.
See,
Not my
I
cup
always
of
thought that
tea, but
I thought his flow was the most interesting about Biggie was his flow.
yeah,
But like that ultra deep voice, like the only person that has a deep voice that does anything like that I actually listen to is what is his name? Cali Tuna out of the Jurassic 5.
uh huh, okay.
Like that's the only one with a deep voice that I really got down on. Like there's not really any deep voice rappers.
Like that. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and another thing is, like, if you look at the story of Biggie, a lot of people don't want to say it, and a lot of people want to say he was involved, but, like, Diddy, man, like, Diddy would, like, get on dude and be like, look, man, you can't just be all cops and robbers. You got to fucking, Spread it out. You know what I mean? What thoughts on Aesop Rock, the white boy thesaurus rapper? The right. I had to check him out. I've never heard of him. His name's Aesop Rock. And so it's not ASAP Rocky, right? It's Aesop Rock because I was looking at that when you posted in the chat or in the music videos, and I'm like, what? So I'll have to check him out. I've never even heard of these people. Like I said, we got a double generation gap going on right now. You're talking to the old man. You're trying to teach the old dog new tricks. But yeah, so that all right. So
Well,
that
so
was
that
my
dog
number
needs to
two.
pay attention because Aesop Rock is good.
Aesop Rock is good, huh? Okay. None shall pass. I have to check
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right, I have to check him out. The thesaurus rapper. Okay. Fuck. All right, so who do you got at number two?
My second honorable mention
Yeah.
it's Mac Miller.
Mac Miller,
Mac
dude.
Miller.
Dude, he almost made it on so
I
many
tried to. I
occasions, bro.
tried.
Fuck. Dude, he's got such
Yes.
some bangers.
That's why.
Dude.
That's why it's like
But
there's
he's
so many good tracks.
and he's another one. He's gonna be like Biggie and Pac because he just wasn't around long enough, unfortunately. Like if that dude was still around
You've heard-
today, the amount of shit he would have out right now would just be amazing. And he does already have a lot of shit. But what I mean is like he would still be going. You know what I mean? I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, he just got a vibe on like because he was also a producer. Like he also did the production. Like his. That's the thing that I didn't really take into account. Like some of these people, if I did my list again, it would probably they'd have to produce their own shit. Like that's a whole nother list of people. Like,
I mean that's a
'cause
whole
if you're producing
you're
your own
jumping
shit-
down a whole nother hallway of the rap game at that point.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
I mean
but if you're doing
yeah.
everything, like true independent, making your beats, making the rhymes, like doing the whole album, that's a whole nother level of skill other than like Tupac. Tupac, there's even a part in his documentary talking about, all right, so I'm just gonna go in here, I'm a freestyle. Once I'm done freestyling, we gonna let this other dudes do what they do. They're gonna put it all together and make it good. But I'm just gonna go in there and rap.
Right.
All right, well that's cool that you were able to do that, but that's also not. I mean,
It's not what
all
normal
right,
people
I
do.
guess.
Most people get
Like,
a
you're not
beat,
involved in it?
write a track, right? Like or freestyle over the
Yeah.
beat. Not for somebody to go in
Yeah.
the booth and be like, I'm just gonna freestyle right now. Y'all throw some beats behind it. It's kind of unorthodox, pretty much.
It was very unorthodox, but I mean, obviously it worked.
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, dudes. I mean,
You know what I mean?
I don't know if dude just tapped on his leg like some kind of old fucking hillbilly or what he did in the booth, but something was going through his mind when he was doing it, right?
No, he
Like,
would rap. He would rap to a beat. Like he would rap to a beat, but like they would change the entire beat behind him. They'd be like, "All right, well, we'll just change it up. We'll just keep the tempo."
well, I mean, yeah, just like the Tupac album that Eminem got to produce, right? That's kind of what happened on that whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that and I got that album. That was probably like, I'm not gonna say that's my favorite Tupac album, but the fact that Tupac's mom let him, because Tupac's mom has the rights to all his shit, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that his mom let him do that is fucking nutty, right? Like, hey, yeah, you can go ahead and make a whole fucking album. Like, wow, okay, like, and there's some guest appearance producers on there because I don't think honestly, like Eminem was mentally prepared to do a whole fucking Tupac album.
you can tell that he did the beats because like Eminem's beats are the most like I don't want to say it in a weird way or a disrespectful way, but I mean they're the most what I would call square. Like they are on beat. Like they are very
Basic bitch beats.
almost generic. Yes, they are absolutely that every single
We'll call
time.
them the, we'll
Like
call
if
them
he
the
made it
triple
or
B,
had
the
something to do
basic
with
bitch beats.
yes.
And that's
Yes,
and that's
it is
why
absolutely.
and that's why he's number 3 on my list too. Because for me, it's not the rapping has a lot to do with it, but also, man, those beats got to be banging. I can't be following a rapper that could just spit bars for days and the beats are trash. Like it's just I'll get uninterested very fast.
Well, I think that's honestly why Atmosphere came in at my number 5 is because like not only have I seen him live, where he used to always bring a live band with him to do his beats,
Right.
like, but his DJ would cut his they'd record a live band and then his DJ would cut in and out, like he would scratch up on those beats that they had made live,
Yeah.
like that's a beat. That's a real beat. Like anytime I see somebody with a full band behind them doing their beat,
Yep.
it's almost always amazing.
Yeah, that's sick. That's like Quest Love, right? Like I fucking love watching Quest
Yeah,
Love. Like now, was he on Jimmy Fallon or something? And again, another guy that was on the
yeah,
Chappelle show when he did the fucking like the remember he's like, okay, now we're gonna add a drummer, and there's fucking Quest Love behind the fucking
yeah.
sheet, right? Like I fucking never forget that shit.
And then
Shout out to Dave Chappelle to actually turning me on to a lot of people back in the day. Honestly,
yes,
honestly,
absolutely. Like
shout out to
that's a
that
big
motherfucker.
thing. Like
Yeah.
the block party. Come on.
Oh, dude, I got that DVD. I'm so fucking retarded. I bought two of those. I didn't know I had it and bought another one and was like, oh shit, this one's unopened. I already bought it. God damn it. But it was only like $4 or something. And, you know,
Right.
I paid like $4 for it or some shit. Yeah, that's fucking great. All right. So your number two was Mac Miller. Okay.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right.
Like him. You saw that. Do you watch Euphoria?
Euphoria. I feel like I have. Euphoria.
The show is like, I mean, it's a bunch of fucked up shit about high school kids getting fucked up, like
Okay.
being trans, all types of random fucking shit. But it's pretty
Mm.
wild, like the shit that goes through. But the dude that looks and acts just like Mac Miller, I said it the entire time. He actually ended up dying this past week,
What?
in a similar fashion, it seems.
What the fuck? That's weird, bro.
Yeah, like multiverse shit.
What the fuck, bro? What? That's some fucking Twilight Zone type shit right there.
It is. It is. Well, I mean, his mom, the with the actor,
Yeah.
his mom evidently had died of cancer the week before. So
Oh
him doing a bunch
shit.
of drugs or suicide by drugs.
Damn.
It's not. I mean, it's not like it was out of nowhere, kind of like Max was. Mac Miller, I think, ended up. There's actually conspiracy around his death, like around just like every other fucking star,
Of
but
course, right?
like
There always is.
his shit was he took he had painkillers and he had yay, and he had a prostitute, and that prostitute actually saw, she was there for his last bit,
Damn.
and he had OD'd and she just kind of left him there,
Damn.
and like that sucks, like that sucks bad, like you literally could have done something to save this individual, but you're like, nah, I don't want to get in trouble.
Right? Yeah, man. I mean,
um,
that's some scary shit to deal with. I've never personally had to deal with it, but goddamn, being around somebody, shit in the biz. I honestly, I'd probably just call the police and be like, "Yo, man, this dude's freaking." I mean, but that would be my response because I don't fuck with shit like that. But I know a lot
yeah,
of
I
people
mean,
are like,
I've
no, don't
definitely
call the
been.
cops. But then, okay, so they're gonna
Yeah,
die. Like, what do you mean? Like, that sounds like a
they're
dumbass
not.
idea. You know?
I mean, that's how it's assumed that my little brother died too.
Oh, really? They did like he was a fucking
Corey.
yeah, Corey. Yeah.
Yeah, that they didn't want to take his they didn't want to take the L on the maintaining a drug residence charge. So they were
What
like,
the
yeah,
fuck?
we'll just wait. We'll clean everything up, and then like tomorrow we'll go ahead and call from somewhere
What?
else. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
And that's why I try not to hang around people that do some overly extracurricular. Like if you drinking a little something, you smoking a little something, okay. But if you fucking with shit in your nose and shit in your veins, like I gotta fucking go. I gotta get
yeah.
out of here before
That's
shit
I mean,
gets
that's the real deal.
nasty. I mean, even when we used to have banger parties here at my crib, bro, I never fucking I remember the one time I'm not gonna name drop, right? I don't want to get nobody in trouble, but there was somebody in the bathroom doing some fucking yay. I'm like, bro, you got to get the fuck out of here with that shit right now. I've already got people underage drinking. They show up here right now. I'm gonna be in a really awkward position.
So that's an interesting. So that's an interesting dynamic. I wanted to catch your fill on that one.
Mm.
What so which is worse?
Mm.
Somebody doing lines or underage drinking?
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, I guess they're both dog shit, right? To me personally, right? Like, I just think that I, I can't say from experience, right? I've smoked the ganja like 3-4 times in my life tops because I can't fucking do it. I just shut down. Okay, and I know you've seen me before, right? And
Yeah,
but like people tell me all the time, like, bro, do you do coke? I'm like, fuck, man, there's no way I need to do that shit. If I do that shit, I'm gonna be on a whole nother planet than this rest of this planet. There's no reason for me to fuck with that shit. But I've seen people do it, and I've seen how bad it fucks them up, and how much they just get overly infatuated with that situation. But you could do that with anything. You do that with drinking. You could do that with pot smoking, all that shit. But What's worse?
You
I,
could
I
have a
mean,
fucking
I still
and
think the
everything.
cocaine. I still think the cocaine's probably worse than the drinking, right? Just because I feel like at least with drinking, unless you're literally getting liver poisoning, like you might vomit. Okay, you get your hand on some super bad, you know, uh, powder. You're gonna be in a different
Pretty
situation.
McFly.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a whole different situation. So, which one's worse, underage drinking or cocaine? I still gotta go with the cocaine, man.
Okay,
I don't know
that's
if that
fair. I
makes
mean,
it.
there's a whole. Okay, so no, I mean,
Now,
I mean, it makes sense. It's
but
logic.
obviously with the underage drinking thing, obviously if you're talking about like uh, we won't name drop, but we'll just say if it's the whole like wine taste test is with children, that's a whole nother level of underage drinking. I'm talking like 18, 19
Yeah.
underage drinking, right? If you're
I
dropping
mean,
it to that level,
there's
that's
two ways to look at that, though.
I mean, at that point, I
There's two
might
ways to
almost
look at
take the
it. There's
cocaine over the underage drinking. Like Jesus Christ, what are you doing, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, you look at look at the rest of the world though. Look at all of Europe where they do drink. Like their kids drink because it's like, okay, well you can have a glass of wine with dinner.
Yeah.
And they don't even care. Like you could be 9 years old. It's not even a
Yeah,
problem.
okay, but that's
And look at
different.
their
That's a little different than the extremity I'm talking about. So I guess we're depending on the extremity of each one. I guess because each one could be a horrible thing. Real quick, X says thoughts on top 5 producers of foreign hip hop producers like Niyabis. Bro, if you're asking me foreign
yeah,
producers,
man,
I
dude,
I couldn't
right
tell you
there,
one right
he's
now.
already on.
Yeah.
You can't what?
Dude, I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know who Nuyabes is. I don't. I post me a link in music. I'll listen to it.
Dude, yeah, that shit is beautiful, beautiful. Now, could I have a top 5? Like until he mentioned that, I wouldn't even have thought. I wouldn't even have thought
Of
of
one.
AI.
Of
Yeah,
one.
like for real. But that
Me neither.
producer,
Me neither.
man, it's so fucking good. It's beautiful. It's rhythm. It's like the rhythms that he uses are
Yeah.
not your common rhythms, and that's
Well,
why and sounds even.
I'll tell you this. I don't know who the person is if we're going to talk about a little bit of foreign whatever. And I know Cracker Rican will probably back me up on this, but back in our day, there used to be a group called Prodigy. Whoever was producing their shit,
Yeah.
fucking A. Those guys were fucking whatever they were on. I need some of that because goddamn, those beats were banging, right? Those
They were
beats were banging.
ridiculous. The Fatherland,
All right.
Fatherland was the all-time, like that is all-time favorite EDM ever. Like that is
That's who did it?
all-time
Who you're
favorite
saying?
fucking.
Who is it?
No. The black dude out of there actually was the producer for him.
Who was? Oh, the dude that was in their group too,
The
right?
black dude, yeah,
Okay, he was one of the. I kind
like
of
he was
thought that was
producing.
the case, but I don't. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Uh,
Dude,
I,
it was so nice.
it was okay. All right, so let's go
The
to
album, the album was so nice.
our third and final honorable mention. And then we'll go to our actual number 2. So my third honorable mention is Ludacris, right? So I've lived in the dirty South now for
Yes,
a long time. And don't get me wrong, like I like the whole H Town movement, the Paul Walls, the Slim Thugs, the Chameleonaires, the Mike Joneses, the UGKs. I love all the H Town
yeah,
guys. I love the H Town. I used to have the Source. I had the Source magazine edition with all the H Town rappers on the front cover, which was like a big ordeal to get them all together because most of them, you know how it is with rappers. They just, you put 20 dogs in a pen, somebody's gonna eat somebody, right? You know what I mean? And that's
yeah.
kind of how they were, and they got them all on a cover, and that shit was fucking epic, right? But for me, yeah, Ludacris, man. Like I'll never forget. Fuck, I'm trying to think of the name of the track right now, but it's slipping my name. Fuck, I can't even remember. But was it Fantasy? I don't even remember. But
Fancy was the first one.
that was a good one, and like that whole album, that album was like
And the next one.
it was kind of mind blowing, right? It was because like you never heard somebody from the South. Few things for me personally from the South never rap that good and rap that fast too, right? So I'm not saying Ludacris was like a Eminem twist of fast rapper. I'm talking like this dude was just like dropping bars so fast. I was like, I'd have to go back and listen to the track 2 or 3 times to get what the fuck he was saying. You know what I mean? Back then, right? Back then, that
For
was
me, he was a character.
only person that when he came out that rapped that fast to me was Busta Rhymes at the time. Everybody else was
Yeah.
not on that level. And I don't think a lot of
Which
people
I
realize
mean,
that.
even for those songs, on those songs, he wasn't really rapping that fast on those songs. He didn't rap until like about 3 albums later, 3, 4 albums from his start.
Mm-hmm.
Like then he hit that ridiculous rap
Yes, ridiculous. But I'm
that let us
talking
know that
like
he can hit
when
that.
that first album came out, I never forget. I'm not gonna name drop, but me and you were younger, right? And you were dating somebody,
Yeah.
and you were really into him, and I listened to him, and you showed him. You introduced me to Ludacris, really, actually, and I was like, oh shit, who the fuck is this? And I was like, I had to go pick up the album real quick and listen to it. Now, the only reason he's an honorable mention again is because dude hasn't dropped anything recently where I've been like, yo, this dude's still on top. Which I feel like if he did, he could be, but he's just kind of made enough money to where he's over it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, and this will be another subject, Chris, in the future. You know, you guys come back on a Friday. We're definitely gonna do top 5 wrestlers of all time, right? But like, it reminds me of wrestlers that were really good when they got on, but then just fell off because they fucking, got into Hollywood or whatever, right? I.e., The Rock and John Cena, right? They were really good for a long time, and then they just fucking bounced, right? Whereas, I'm not going to get into it now, but there's other people that stayed longer that were better because of the fact that they stayed the whole career, right? In my opinion. so that's where I'm at with Luda. That's my number 3 honorable mention. What you got?
Number 3 honorable mention for me is going to be Devin the Dude.
Devin
you mentioned
the Dude.
H-Town.
Oh shit! Yes, Devin the Dude, bro. Fuck. Damn. That's crazy. You said Devin the Dude. Yeah. You gotta know who Devin the Dude is. Oh shit.
Like that is, dude. Devin the Dude was like nobody remembers that he was on the Dre 2000, the Chronic 2000.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers that he was even on that shit.
Bro, he was on, but here's the thing about like kind of probably like why my Ludacris thing, right? Like, what has he done recently, right? Like to reattract your
He
attention.
still puts it out.
He's
still putting them out.
No way, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta post one in the music.
He's been putting them out
music
steady
channel.
the entire time.
You gotta post one in the music.
Oh man,
channel.
that's it.
Bro.
Oh, all right. I'll put a couple in there
You
because like there's so many. That man, he hit my soul. Like he definitely did the like. So his concept albums, the depth of his writing, the the flow and production. Like he does the production. He does the not only does he do some of the beats, but he also does all the background singing, the melodies, like everything. Like that man's a hell of a singer. He puts on the most garbage show though.
That's unfortunate because if we went off of shows, that could be another topic in the future. Rock or rap, bro.
Yeah.
I know who mine are already. Thoughts on MC Jin? Never heard of him. So drop me a track.
Yeah, you about the MC Jin, like you talking about the Asian dude?
I mean, it sounded Asian, but I didn't want to be called a racist, right? Because Jin is definitely an Asian name.
No, I want to say that there was one back in the day, and I can't remember why I know his name, like what song it was, but there was an Asian rapper that I did think was pretty damn fire.
Okay. I mean, that maybe dude.
But it was,
vids.
gimmicked out. Like that's one thing I can't stand is the gimmick shit. Like when they're like, oh,
Same.
well, he's Asian, so we're gonna make him an Asian rapper, or he's country, like they did with Bubba Sparks. Sparks, that first album that he did, the one that has the 2 hits of acid in it.
But here's the problem that happened. This is exactly what happened to Bubba Sparks. Again, a producer we've mentioned 2 times already. Timbaland produced his first album that had all the fucking bangers on it. And then his follow-up album was complete dog shit, bro. Absolute fucking trash. Unfortunate.
I won't listen to anything. I won't listen to anything for after the first album. Like nothing. Zero.
Fucking absolutely. Dude, Lovely. The song Lovely is my favorite Bubba Sparks song. Bro,
dude,
that's a Timbaland beat all day, bro, and it's so fucking fire, dude. Like look at our boy Justin Timberlake, same thing. He had Timbaland bang some tracks for him. I think it was Cry Me a River, right?
I didn't even
Crimea
think about
River.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, Crimea River was fucking, dude, I could talk about
And
Timbaland for
bringing Sexy back,
days.
like he did that one with Justin Timberlake.
Bro, Timbaland made a rapper that's fucking trash good. Okay, trash is it? Maybe he's not trash, but Magoo, right? Fucking Magoo, Timbaland and Magoo.
Yes.
Like Magoo is fucking dude. Nobody cared or gave a fuck about Magoo. They heard Timbaland's beats and were like, God damn. Like you could have put a fucking trash can pouring into a dumpster and fucking over a Timbaland beat, and you were like, God damn, right? Like, shit.
Yes. As far as producers, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do a top 5 producers because I got so many.
All right.
We might have to do a top 10.
All right, I'm gonna put it. We'll make another channel in here. We'll call it the fucking. We'll make it the. I'll do it right now. We'll do the. I always forget how to fucking do this. Let's go to channels. Create a channel. Shooting the Shizz. Shizz. There we go. Shooting the Shizz.
Yeah, because I want to be able to. Yeah,
we'll throw ideas of what we could talk about every time we have one of these, right? So let's go in there now. We said top 5 producers.
Yeah.
Producers, and I'm gonna put top 5 wrestlers. So that's gonna be a good one.
Yes, for sure.
Bro, we can talk about that for days, bro. We can talk about that for days.
days. Like,
all right.
Right now, it's those two subjects are funny because right now I'm writing a song I'm writing an intro theme for a wrestler.
That's
my
fucking
first
dope,
paid
bro.
gig for the record label.
Oh shit! For real, that's dope. You know my boy. You remember the dude I used to work with off topic, but my boy Element and we called him MCB, and now his name is System Glitch. He does EDM. He doesn't do EDM. He does He does like retro. What's it called? It's the shit that Dr. Disrespect plays in his. He does retro. Damn, it's like damn, it's like Miami Vice shit. Retro wave, 80s wave, synth wave. He does 80s synth wave, bro. He just got off a tour on this shit and making money, dude. Hit me up and was like, bro, it's crazy. I get on stage, I just play, and people fucking go nuts. And I'm like, that's awesome, dude. Good for you, man. Yeah, that's so dope. All right, so we covered our top 3 mentions. Now we're going to go to our number 2, right? Our number 2 on our top 5 list, right? So I'll do mine. Mine is Lil Wayne.
Right.
Lil Wayne's my number 2, right? And we kind of we danced around it a little bit. All his freestyle albums that he did with fucking DJ Drama, like, don't get me wrong, like his rate, like one of my favorite songs by Lil Wayne is BMJR. I fucking love the beat. I love just the swag and the vibe he brings on that whole fucking. So somebody's like, hey, what's your favorite Lil Wayne track? If I had to pick a radio album, that's it. BMJR. Birdman Jr. That fucking whole, that whole beat and that vibe and that whole track, man, that just gets me in the, like, that's my song I'm listening to in the gym, ready to fight a motherfucker too, right? You know what I mean? Like, that song puts me on point.
Lil Wayne definitely, I mean, he deserves to be up there. Like, again, this is my personal. It's not what I say for the world.
Right.
This is my personal.
Correct.
Because like my personal is based on like what I listen to and what I do. Because if you said all-time rapper for the world, I'd be like, he's got to be in there because of the effect that he had on all of the music. He was the biggest thing to come from the South. Like even compared to Ludacris or even compared to 3-6 or anybody else. Like he is the biggest to come from the South.
Yeah, yeah, dude. But I don't look at him as like a Southern rapper. Because if you listen to other Southern rappers, they don't sound like Lil Wayne. I put Lil Wayne on his own little pedestal just because of the fact that I don't feel like there's anybody else that sounds like him, personally. Like, I don't.
But there were after he came out.
Oh, of course. There was a little of fucking everybody after his name if you're looking at names, right? Like, fucking give me a break. But I'm talking like you can call his name could be Chiquita fucking Banana. And I'd be like, dude, this dude, Chiquita Banana's the shit. What the fuck? Like, you know. So I like the way he puts words together. And then once I found out, like, you know, same thing with Jay-Z. He's one of those rappers that can get booth. He can spit a whole track and that's it.
Yeah.
It's all done. One take. He's a fucking one take shake and bake
No,
motherfucker.
no, 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 no. That's not accurate though. That's not
Not
accurate.
every
Like he
track.
does
That's
get in there.
not.
He doesn't
Yes,
write anymore.
right. But yeah, he's not every track. Neither is Jay Z. But they can get in the booth and they've one shot songs before. Like they've hit hole in ones. Basically, is
Yeah.
the way that goes. Not every time. Not every song you hear. No, but I know that. Could you throw a beat on and me do a freestyle that was that fucking dope and make it a whole track with little to no editing? I'm fucking like your boy Eminem. I gotta fucking write my shit down and rehearse. I mean, I can try to freestyle, but I don't claim to be some freestyle rapper that's god tier. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like those like Lil Wayne, Eminem, Jay Z, like those guys could do it. I know M writes a lot of his shit down, but I feel like those, like the Jay Z and the
Well,
Lil
his
Wayne.
freestyle. I
Hmm?
mean, his even Eminem's freestyles, like watching him on, like if you're a real hip hop head, like
Mm-hmm.
definitely go back and watch Scribble Jam. Like
Mm-hmm.
it went on for a couple years, like from
Mm-hmm.
'96 to like 2000, and that'll show you where Eminem is on his freestyles. Like he
Mm-hmm.
was a ridiculous
We'll put
freestyle
it here.
artist that
Is it Scribble with a K? Right? DJ Scribbles, right?
Scribble.
It
Yeah,
has to be. It's got
yeah.
to be DJ Scribbles from back in the day, fucking MTV, right? Okay.
Hmm.
So, all right, my number
Hmm.
two was
Hmm.
Lil Wayne, which I could talk about for days. But yeah, literally his freestyle albums is what really put him over the top for me. So, what's your two? What's your two?
My two is somebody that nobody's ever heard of.
Mm.
Cal Scrub.
No, I have. He's the white kid that fucking just drops bars, right?
Yes.
Yes, I have heard.
Undeniable, crazy bars.
Dude. Yep, I know. What's his name? What is it?
Cal Scrubby.
Cal Scrubby. Yes, he's the. I've heard some of his tracks. He's kind of like what's his name? Not Mac Miller. Harry Mack. You heard of Harry Mack?
Well, yeah, I know Harry Mack with
Yeah,
the dirty. What is it? Harry Mack with the dirty raps or something?
Harry Mack. He's got these little I scroll through the Facebook shit. I got a lot of music shit. Harry Mack gets on this. I don't know what the app's called, but he gets on this app where you're just like,
Oh, me.
okay, that one, Omegle. He'll get on there and be like, give me 3 words, and he'll just fucking shit on those 3 words for days. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
just like this dude you're talking about. But he's got some fucking tracks though. But yeah, he's underrated as fuck, right?
He's underrated as fuck. I mean, the real deal is that he's doing it. When a lot of people say independent, they don't even know what that really means.
SoundCloud
Like they
rappers.
go, yeah, he's independent. Yeah.
SoundCloud
And this
rappers.
dude, I mean, he really did do it. They found him. It was Chris Brown. He was a like
Chris
a
Brown. Okay.
teacher's assistant at a college.
What the fuck? He was a
Yeah,
teacher's
Cal Scrubby was
assistant. Cal
yeah
Scrubby was a
for
teacher's assistant.
engineering, like for engineering. And
What?
they were like, he was just making raps between classes and after class and all that shit.
Hell yeah.
And like Chris Brown came by, and they're like, hey, we don't have an opening act. Do you have anybody that can do this? And
Yeah.
somebody suggested him. In that same show, Chris Brown was like, no, 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 you got it. Let's run. So he put him on, like heavy, put him on, and everybody really, they thought he was gonna go next, but it didn't work that way.
Hell yeah, man.
Like he did not get to go. He did not get to go next. There's a lot of rappers
Yeah.
like that, like
That's a
John Connor.
crazy.
You know
That's a
John Connor?
who?
You know John Connor?
I've heard the name. I don't. I can't be like name a song. I can't. But I've heard that name. Yes.
Please Notice is one of his good ones, but
Okay.
pretty much what happened to him is, so he came out under Dre set him up. Like Dre was like, all right, so you're on now.
Okay.
You're under what is his record
Doc,
label?
Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Aftermath.
Aftermath. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he was like, yeah. I'm gonna put you on Aftermath,
That's a
and
big
everything's
deal.
good. So that's a huge deal. But what he did is he ended up doing he ended up stealing his freaking his album. Not stealing it, but they shelved his album. They made an album together. Everything's ready to go.
Wow.
But he had Kendrick Lamar and Anderson .Paak to deal with, like
Oh.
Dre did.
Oh shit.
Since he was pushing them out, he's like, all right, well, here we're gonna put you. We'll keep this album and we'll just we'll put it out. we'll put it out in a year or so when everything cools down with these two guys. If it doesn't work out, and of course,
It worked
Anderson
out.
Paak. Yeah, it worked out really well.
Yeah.
So he ended up just on the back burner doing nothing, and that took the competition out. That man was putting out so much heat, like
Wow.
so much heat.
That's
Like
crazy.
he redid the entire Eminem album. He redid the entire Black album by Jay-Z. He redid I want to say it was a Wu-Tang album, but he
Oh
redid them
shit.
all with his vocals on them, like change it, like stealing the beats. Because some of those were so fresh, it reminded me of those Wayne days.
Yeah, dude.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah. That's what he used to do. That's what about Wayne turned me on was like he like I'll never forget like I showed Aiden the other day because he's listening to all his Lady Gaga shit. Poker Face. He took the Poker Face fucking Lady Gaga song and fucking made a rap on it. That shit's
yes,
bro.
yes,
That shit's a
and shit that you
fucking
think
baker.
shit that you think is you can't take it. Like so, Wayne would take somebody's beat, and there's nothing you're gonna do. His
Nothing.
his version is better than yours by 1,000 times, and there's nothing you can do about it. Go ahead,
Nothing.
redo
0%.
that song and see if you can come out with it.
Like that ice cream beats that he did.
Yeah, that's him. That is his.
Dude.
That is no other. That is no other song. The ice cream that's his.
Dude, the guy that originally did that track, if you listen to it, you're like, wow, what is this trash? This is Lil Wayne's song. No, that's not Lil Wayne's song.
Yes.
That's actually that dude's song.
Yes.
And then just Lil Wayne shit on him.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what John Connor was doing. Like, if it wasn't for being shelved and like being pushed down, I think he had it. He went to Full Sail right there in Orlando.
Okay, so real quick, X Fire says, "Where's Snoop or Lil Dicky?" Okay, so for me, lyrically, Lil Dicky is fucking man. He's real good. But the problem with me with Lil Dicky is he doesn't have like he's got songs that he's featured with. Like he did a song with the same guy that did "Gold's All on My Watch." Don't believe me, just watch. And he did a song. It was Lil Dicky, Mystical, and that guy, Trinidad James. They got a song called "She Just a Little Thick" or something. And Lil Dicky's verse in that song is just he fucking destroys Mystical and fucking Trinidad James, right? But like, he's a feature. He's not. I don't have any just Little Dicky songs. Now, when he's on like 106 and Park or whatever he did, that freestyle that was just fucking insane. Like, he's a great. He's up there, but he's probably in my top 25 somewhere. And then you said Snoop Dogg. For me, Snoop Dogg Snoop to me, and I hate to say this because Snoop Dogg is the dog father, but goddamn, I feel like Snoop Dogg's raps just aren't as strong as some of these other people I've mentioned. Personally, I like his tracks.
All right.
I'm not saying Snoop Dogg's bad. I'm not saying he's probably in my top 15, but he's definitely not in my top 5. Is all I'm saying.
All right.
I love Snoop Dogg though. I don't get it mistaken. Snoop Dogg. I also want to just say this. I love that Snoop Dogg now owns Death Row and that he's doing something with it. I think that's fucking amazing. That's what I'll say about that, X.
So I'm gonna tag in here on Snoop Dogg specifically. Like, Snoop to me is like Will Ferrell is for acting. Like, when Will Ferrell does a movie, it's Will Ferrell that you're getting. You're not getting whatever character is. You're getting just Will Ferrell. Like, I don't care if he plays Sherlock Holmes or freaking or Macbeth. He's gonna be him. And I feel like Snoop Dogg is like one-dimensional in that sense. Like, he plays that character, but that's all it is. Because it's really, I mean, it is. It's Snoop Dogg. That's who it is. But
it is. And I'll say this though. I will say that when I tell you who my number one is, it's similar to a Snoop. It is, and you understand when we get there, right? So my number 2 was Wayne. Your 2 was
Cal Scrubby.
Cal Scrubby. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna have to go into our top 2 up and coming. Okay. And I hate to say this person's top 2, and we'll do number 1 and then number 2. Okay. So our top number 1 and then our number 2. So my top number 1 up and coming for me. And this dude's actually been around a long time. This dude's been around since early MTV days. But the problem, you'll understand when I say it, and maybe why, maybe you won't. or maybe you don't even fucking know why. But recently, the person, and it's also the person I've probably been listening to tracks the most by, that I listen to. Like, if I had a playlist, this dude would have at least 2 of the songs would be in my top 5 songs right now that I listen to all the time. Okay, thank you. So, and that's Riff Raff. Okay, now if you said, "Hey, do you like Riff Raff 10 years ago?" I'd be like, "Wait, Riff Raff? He fucking raps? What are you talking about?" Now, Riff Raff had a song drop a while back, a long time ago, probably at least 8, 9, maybe even 10 years ago. It was called "Tiptoeing in My Jordans." Okay, and that song was catchy. And I liked it. I was like, okay, this is all right. Okay. But like recently, dude, my two songs I'm banging right now is "Stars in the Roof of My Car," right? And "Gucci Sweater." Those 2 songs, I could listen to like, that's a song I could put on repeat and fall asleep to. On God. Right now. And
That's absurd to me.
That's absurd?
Absurd to me.
I mean,
Can't.
Listen, number one, have you heard those 2 songs?
I have not heard them. I'm gonna have to check it. Put them in that. Put them in the chat.
I'm gonna put them in the chat. Okay. If you have not heard "Stars in the Roof of My Car" and "Gucci Sweater," okay. Now remember, like, me and my brother are a lot different in the sense that, like, I'm more of like I can appreciate a real good rapper, right? But man, if you got some banging hooks, like, it was really hard. It was very, very difficult for me. And this person will be in my top 10 is Lil Jon, right? Lil Jon is a dog, isn't the greatest rapper. But dude, Lil Jon's hooks will fucking get you breaking bottles and punching motherfuckers in a club in 5 minutes. Guaranteed.
Yes.
Okay, B.I.B.I. comes out. What? That song dropped, bro. I was losing my mind. Okay? So Riff Raff has these 2 songs. Bro, this dude's melody and chorus lines on his rap game is I don't want to say it's Weird Al Yankovic-ish, okay? But it's borderline, right? Sometimes you feel like some of the shit this dude's saying's a little gnarly. But when you go back and listen to it, you're like, damn. And those 2 tracks are so fucking catchy, right? That, like, it blew my mind. I'm like, is this real? Like, is this dude really dropping these songs? Like, I don't know. But then I saw how he's living his life. He's living in his mansion. He's got a recording studio, and that's all he does all day. Sits in that bitch, makes tracks, and fucking hangs out. That's all he does, bro.
Relatable.
It's all he does. He hangs out, raps when he feels the vibe, and these fucking bangers come out. Okay, now you go watch "Stars in the Roof of My Car." You go watch "Gucci Sweater" videos, and that's what MTV was. And do you know why his videos are that good? Because that motherfucker was an announcer on MTV back in the 90s, back in my day. Riff Raff was not a rapper. He was this young ass partying, braided, long-haired fucking white kid. Okay, and I thought he was kind of corny back in the day, a little bit. But now, dude, he's fucking ripped. The dude's on like this vegan whatever diet, and dude's a fucking demon. I'm sorry. But if he continues down this path of dropping bangers like this, he'll eventually make it in my top 5. If he keeps on, if he just falls off, then he's just going to be one of those dudes that fell off. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know what it's like as a creative to find your groove, and then because if you have something that's working like that,
just do it.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Just do it. Just fucking do it.
But if you change any of those ingredients, like he gets a new girlfriend, he moves to a new place, anything, then it can change that drastically. Like if anything in his life changes up, then it can change that vibe so quick. Yeah,
man, and that's for me, man. Right now, I'm playing those songs the most. "Gucci Sweater," "Stars on the Roof of My Car." Those 2 songs. I got a Canadian friend. I turned him on. He didn't even know who he was. Like, bro, these songs are fucking killer. I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm saying. So.
Are we doing?
So you're doing your number 1 honorable mention? Right? Yep. Who?
Okay. Oh. So, Joyner Lucas.
Oh, Joyner Lucas. Yep.
Joyner Lucas.
Anybody that can,
that is the one.
dude, the dude that can rap forwards and then reverse his shit and say everything backwards, yeah, that dude's fucking talented by all means necessary.
I first heard of him off of that Capucci song. Like, it's an Italian name. Like, it was essentially a copy of Immortal Techniques Dance with the Devil, where it's like a story song, and the dude gets the kid gets shot. It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
And he plays it from the dude that snakes him, the one that gets shot, and then the one that does the shooting. Like, he's great at concepts. He's got great flow. He's got the staying power. The problem I really find with him is that he's got one flow. Like, it's a badass flow, but it just doesn't change up enough for him to get like to the list of all times. Like, he's got amazing songs. I listen to him a fuck ton, but his inability to change that flow is really bothersome. Like, it bothers me after a while because it's pretty much the same flow. It's a badass flow, but man,
it's the
change
same.
it up. Give me something new.
Give me something different. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but like that's another thing, right? Like, if you typically if you like somebody, you like the gimmick, the flow, you like the swag, the atmosphere of that person. You know what I'm saying? That's
true,
right?
True.
You know, so if you like Joyner Lucas, I would. If somebody's like, "Hey, that's my number one," I'd be like, "Damn, I get it. That dude's fucking. He can fucking rap for sure, no doubt about it."
He's got the hit power though. That's the thing. Him and J. Cole are dancing around right now, like trying to get a couple tracks together as a project.
Dude. They'd fucking jam. They'd be like a duo, right?
That'd be a ridiculous duo that was unstoppable. Like,
dude, yeah, they could tour together, fucking make cash, bro.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Oh, dude, it's just money on money.
And that's what it is. Like, when you go on tour, what are you doing on tour the whole time? You're not going out and party. If you do it like Lil Wayne says, you don't go and party. You just hang out on the tour bus and make some more fucking bangers on the tour bus while you're touring, right?
Yep.
That's how it goes down, right? I get it. All right, let's jump into number 2. So my number 2, I never even.
We already did 2.
Huh?
I thought we already did 2.
Nah, we did 1. I did Riff Raff. You did Joyner Lucas.
Oh.
Yeah. We're doing our.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we're doing number 2. So my number 2, honestly, if you said, "Hey, can you name me a track that person does right now?" I would actually have to say I can't recall a name of one, but the reason this person makes my list is because I'll be honest. I probably gotta catch up like mustard right on this person, because I didn't realize this, because I'm apparently I'm an old head motherfucker is what they call me. But this person I'm about to mention does numbers like Eminem and Drake does. And when I found that out, and this person actually has more, not albums, more hit singles, right? Because we live in a different time now. When me and my brother were growing up, it was all about, hey, let's go buy the album. You didn't just go buy a single. You went and bought the album, right? And it blew my mind when I heard this name, and this dude sold the amount of singles that he did, or however many top gold or platinum or whatever it is. It's like 91 or 92, okay? And number of singles that are just top charters, chart toppers. And that's NBA Youngboy.
What?
NBA Youngboy. Google that shit, bro. This kid.
What the fuck?
And I say kid, right? I'm thinking, okay, record sales. You're probably looking at Michael Jackson, the Beatles, Eminem, right? People that have been around for a long time, where like generations could have bought. But like NBA Youngboy, don't look at number 1 albums. Go look at number 1 singles. NBA Youngboy's at like he's right around Drake and Eminem as far as singles is concerned. What? Dude, exactly what this tripping out that you're having right now just blew my mind. And this was a couple months ago. And I listened to his song and I'm like, okay, I could understand why, but I have to listen to more. And I just haven't listened enough to put this man in my top 5 yet. Because if you look at statistics and numbers, you talk about somebody that's been in the game a short time pushing numbers. Holy fuck, dude. This kid is popping them out. Like, I think all he does is just write songs. Like, I swear to God, dude wakes up every day, writes a banger, goes back to sleep for 2 days. I don't. He's like a bear. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check it out then, because like I mean, numbers don't lie. There's a reason why people listen to
Yes.
like
Uh huh.
a large number of shit. Like so
And
that's something to definitely.
when I heard his songs, I was like, okay, but I haven't consumed enough to put him in the top 5 to be like he's my top 5. I just haven't consumed enough, so I gotta consume more of NBA YoungBoy tracks to really see if he's a top 5 or not. So that's why he's a mention for me. Because right now, I'm not looking at just the past. I'm looking at like what am I listening to now also, right? I'm not just like because if we went off a past, this list would be completely not what it is today, right? There would be no Riff Raff. There would be no NBA YoungBoy. The rest of these people could be on his list technically for me, but the people that are on my list are also still doing stuff today, in my opinion. So, and I get why my brother's list is the way his list is, right? Like fucking J. Cole being number 3, that's fucking crazy to me, right? You know,
Right.
it's crazy to me because I like
his.
his songs, but I don't listen to him enough for him to be in my top 5. But he could be one of my top 5.
I think that has to be the thing that's more defined is like what are we saying this all-time list? Like right now, this is the all-time list for me because this is what I'm listening to essentially now, and like I don't see it changing.
Right.
But of course, there's always new music. There's always new things.
There's
that
always
come
new
up.
stuff coming up, but like, dude, I can't keep Pac and Biggie on my top 5 because it just there's nothing real. Like, sure, you can say like, oh, they got AI battles. Well, dude, it's I'm sure it's great, but it's not the same.
Dude, it's not the same. It's definitely not, and you can tell that it is an AI, like because
Right.
of the subject matter. But
Right.
dude,
Exactly.
the quality of the AI coming out right now is pretty
Stupid.
impressive. Like
It's pretty
it
dope.
actually really did blow my mind.
Yeah, exactly. So all right, so who's your number 2 on your honorable
Yeah,
mentions?
I'm gonna say Logic.
Yo, dude.
Like-
Okay, understood.
Like, okay, so I gotta put a little asterisk there. Like, okay, so I don't actually like his subject matter. Like, I really don't because I
Same.
think that it's
Same.
lacking and that it's repetitive.
Yeah.
And I think that it's too repetitive. It's too simple. Like even his concept songs. But I will say his beat selection, his flow. Like
Yeah.
if he had the words to go with it, I think that shit would be undeniable.
Exactly.
The thing is that it's not like it's just all right.
It's
Like,
not your cup of
all
tea.
right, all right.
It's not your cup because I know other
Yeah.
dudes that put Logic in their top 5, and I understand why. I get it. I wouldn't be like, oh,
Yeah,
he's
I get
dog
it.
shit, right? Like that's what I always think when people give me their top 5. Most of the time, it's not anybody that's dog shit. Most people I either know, or if they explain it to me, I understand why, right? Like Anderson .Paak, I would have never guessed he was in your top 5. But you explaining to me why he's in your top 5, I 110% respect that. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah, well, everybody's is different. Like when if you were to put your shit onto a hip hop like forum and be like, these are my top 5, it would get ripped to pieces. And go, how could you forget about
how
this?
can you leave Pac off?
This,
How can
and
you
that?
leave? What about Biggie? What's
Yeah,
this list?
like,
You know, I'm sorry, you
What
stopped
you-
listening to
what you
rap
mean,
music
like-
15, 20 years ago, but goddamn.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, all that shit. Like, I got old heads on mine, but it's
Yeah.
still not.
But it's
you know,
not.
It's still
It's
not
not
the
old
same.
heads that aren't doing anything. I feel like, right? You know
No,
what I mean?
not on my list. Well, I
Like-
mean, with the exclusion of Mac Miller, because
Well, he's-
possibilities.
Aaron Hernandez gone forever. I get it. Yeah. So I mean, but still, he's recent. He's not
Yeah.
Biggie and Pac, right? Like Biggie and Pac are they both died in the '90s, man. Shit. There's
Yeah.
20 to 30 years of music that's happened since they took an L. You know what I mean? And,
Yes.
and yeah, sure, dude, their tracks back then, untouchable. Nobody's fucking with them, honestly. Let's be honest. But like now, today, like I just
you
couldn't.
think- I mean-
I can't justify throwing them in the top 5 because of that. Me personally.
I mean, think about Nas. Think about Nas. Like he.
Yeah,
he
even Nas
definitely
is another one.
should have
Nas-
got a little bit-
But Nas was never my flavor of music. Like Nas is a dope rapper. If anybody's like, "Oh, you don't like Nas?" No, I didn't say that. I just said it's not really my taste of music. Nas is dope, but it's just not my thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure
Yeah.
if we had our boy Tsunami on here, Nas might be one of his honorable mentions, or maybe even still in his top 5 because I know he used to love Nas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was definitely a New York style.
Yep, he liked Noriega, Capone, Nas. He liked all those guys.
Cannabis.
Cannabis. Cannibal Hannibal. All right. So we got our honorable mentions out. We got our our up and rising stars, top 2, and then now we're on our number ones, right? So since I went first, I'll go first this time too. So my favorite rapper all time and still today, right? I could put a joint on for you right now. I'll be like, oh, okay, what's he made today? What's he made today? Bro, just you can Google it, or we'll throw in the music section for you. But Big Sexy Thing, Too Short, right? He has a track out with Lil Duval, and the thing, and it's kind of like we talked about earlier. Like the thing with Too Short is he's probably like your Logic or like your Snoop Dogg. You know what to expect when you listen to his track. Every track that Too Short has is gonna inquire or revolve around bitches. Facts.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So when I see a new Too Short tracks are just like, when you go back and you listen to them, like I never really, like back in the 90s, I didn't even listen to Too Short. Big facts. Like Blowjob Betty, like if I played that song in my house, my dad, I'd get fucking murdered, right? Like I didn't even know what that song was, but like as I've gotten older and I know what time frame he's from, and he's still today dropping fucking, like, you listen to Big Sexy Thing by Too Short and Lil Duval, dude, if you're not bumping that in your car tomorrow, I don't your ears must be broken, because that's they stole some shit from I think it's Al Green, right? They stole like a little sample from Al Green, threw it down there. Lil Duval singing the fucking chorus, and Too Short's dropping raps. And then if you watch the video, next level shit, right? Next level shit, right? Like the video goes with the song.
I haven't seen it. You got to put it on.
Bro, that track right there, bro. Oh man. Oh yo, somebody just noticed this channel. Hey, thanks a lot, Stu. Appreciate you, man. Let's throw up a reaction. We'll give him a 100. Falling for You. Oh, he dropped a track too. Muki, Peachy, Falling for You. Oh shit. Okay.
I don't know nothing about that one.
Ain't nobody know about nothing. But yeah, man. That's my number one for sure. And again, just the theme, the motto, the dude's always on point. And then if you go back and look at how many albums this dude has that's platinum, holy shit. Gold and platinum albums. That motherfucker's got a wall full of them. Big facts. Because he's been around since the late 80s, early 90s, this fucking guy. He's fucking old.
I mean, first time I heard about him was in the early 90s. I mean, it wasn't something that I bumped as being a fucking little kid.
Right.
But it was
because you couldn't relate with Blowjob
around.
Betty at fucking 12, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, well, I mean, at 12, come on now.
In 94, I was 12. Blowjob Betty just wasn't a thing for me, And then even in high school, you listen to that song, you're like, Jesus Christ, this is a little graphic. And then as you get older, you're like, okay, this dude's just on point. He's talking about bitches every track. Bitches, bitches, bitches. Oh, what's this one about? Oh, more bitches. Okay, got it. Like,
yeah, that's Devin the dude though too. He said all I rap about is the 3 B's is bitches, blunts, and booze, or weed, wine, and women.
Weed, wine, and women.
Like he's always doing those 3. Yeah, that's all he talks about is drinking, fucking, or smoking.
And dude, that's what I can relate with, right? Because when I rap, I don't drop raps about killing people and selling drugs. Just because I don't relate. I don't do that shit. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to fake the funk. Like, I get on there and talking about, having a good time, dancing, humping, chilling.
It's funny you say that.
Hanging and banging.
It's funny you say that because, like, we was talking about that the other day. Somebody was telling me that I need to just say what has happened in my life. Like, yeah. I typically don't talk about, fucking selling drugs and doing all the shit that every other rapper's talking about. Because I did it. Like, I'm trying to find something different just because I don't like that being the identity. Don't identify me with the things that I did in the past. Like, identify me with what I am now. Like, yeah, if I did a song about something in the past, maybe, but I honestly prefer to talk about other shit, like concepts or ideas or something like that. Like, I'd rather not talk about the shit that I've done, because the shit that I've done is exactly what's on every album. Like every rap album is about the same shit.
Well, I mean, but that's what you relate to. So like this is what I always said about making music is I never want to talk and rap and speak about something that I'm not really about, right? You know what I mean? Or that I've experienced per se. Like so I could never get on an album and rap about putting plugs and peeling caps on motherfuckers. Like now, obviously, if Insane Clown Posse calls us up and says, "Hey man, look, can you just come up with some fucked up name and murder rap?" Yeah, I fucking do it as a gimmick all day. If you want a gimmick rapper, I can give you a gimmick. Sold.
Right.
Call me Billy the Killy Beat Boy, and I'll fucking wear like a ski mask and rap about shanking bitches. Okay, could I rap about it? Sure, but it's not what I'm about. So I don't want to put it out as who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all right,
even the shit that I'm about.
So who's your number one then? So mine's too short. Who do you got?
Numero uno. I can relate in the fact that they've been around for a long time. Did tracks with Tupac. Did a bunch of shit. But the real deal about this character is that the stuff that they're putting out now, like now, over the past 3 years, I can't fuck with. Like I can't fuck with it at all. And that's gonna be Tech Nine.
Well, yeah, dude, I was wondering when he was gonna show up. I'm like, dude, this dude hasn't said, and I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I almost knew you were gonna say Tech Nine. And the only reason for me Tech Nine is, I love Tech Nine and his flow. Like nobody flows like Tech Nine, right? Like we can all agree with that. Is he a fast rapper? Sure, but nobody else flows like Tech Nine does. And the amount of people that Tech Nine's work with is fucking nutty, right? Like if you look at his catalog. Right, and I know you're a big OG fan of fucking. I remember you going to Tech Nine shows when we were in fucking high school. So, go ahead and spit about it.
14. Mm-hmm. 14. I've been to 14 shows of Tech Nines and seen them all over.
Mine.
Like,
Jesus.
Do what?
I said that tops. I've been to 3 Primus shows and 3 ICP shows. Everybody else is less than that. So you've been to 14. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, 14 shows. I mean, he used to come by. The reason that there's so many shows, it's not like I'm such a fan that it's like, oh, I gotta see him because he's coming by. It's because the show itself was always so amazing. Like you don't see the teamwork and you just don't see that ever in live shows. Like, so a lot of rappers when they do a live show, they're just literally doing they're doing their karaoke over their own track, and the song is playing in the background. Like they didn't cut the vocals or anything, right, or even make it just to where the backup vocals are. They're just rapping over their own songs. So when they run out of breath, they're like, you notice that the mic isn't to their face, and it still goes. It's like, what the? Yeah. Did y'all just really just come to watch that? Like that is terrible.
That is trash. Yeah, and, rap shows are bad, dude. FYI, I don't know.
They are
for a lot of you
notorious.
Guys, dude. You know who the biggest offender of that is, right? Do you really?
Recently, right now, it's Cardi.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah. She threw her mic at somebody. I saw that shit on fucking whatever that was.
Yeah,
but like,
and she kept singing, huh?
Back in the day, bro. Back in the day, I will never forget this shit. And this was crazy to me, because this was early 2000s, right? And nobody in this Discord, nobody in this fucking stream right now can say they didn't hear a song by this person. But fucking Nelly, dude. Nelly. Stage presence was fucking trash. His album was a Country Grammar. Dude, you got to put it in probably like top 20 albums all time just because of the exposure, the hits that were on that. Even if you don't fucking like Nelly, like the songs were bumping, right? Like personally, those songs were banging. But I saw a video of his concert, bro. Absolute fucking dog shit.
Oh, every single time. It's not even just one. You can look up any video right now. You can look up any video that he's doing a live performance at, and it is absolute bullshit. That's what made me realize when somebody said that when I was younger, somebody said that one of my raps sounded like Nelly. I was so fucking offended because just that live show. That live show alone.
Like live show is trash, bro.
If you said album, no problem. Like I'm with you. I like that.
Yeah, his album was dope. Nobody can deny that. But his stage presence was dog shit. So I don't know. Hey, Cracker Regan, I don't know if you got a buddy named Stu Matt. I don't know if you know who that is, but he showed up, talked about Tech Nine. Audience hype was real. They had good crowd control interaction and shit. Though it took me like 2 hours after the posted time of the concert to come out. Had all the other bands, artists come on. No one was there for it. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, man. Stu Matt, thanks for the following shit, man. We appreciate you. But yeah, dude, like Tech Nine, lyrically, that dude's. I can respect that 100%, right? Because that dude's fucking nasty, bro. I even like, and obviously with Tech Nine, that kind of goes back to ICP and you know a lot of the underground shit. Like a lot of people don't, you know, most people don't even fucking even know about nowadays. Like I tell people I listen to ICP a lot, and I still listen to ICP. I was listening to that in the car literally yesterday when I went to the rink. I was listening to Is That You off of Carnival of Carnage featuring Kid Rock. Yeah.
Kid Rock, is that you? I'm on the microphone, so what you want to do?
Say no blooper when I'm no joker, but I can shoot a nut 50 foot like a super soaker. Bro, I say that line all the fucking time. Bro, I love that track, dude.
Dude, that's a good one.
And the crazy thing about that whole album and that time, dude, that was in 92. Nobody even knew who Kid Rock was until like 98, 99. Maybe 97 if you were like fucking hung out in Detroit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what was his first shit? Like, Kid Rock's first.
I can tell you, dude. Like, this is what happened. This is how Kid Rock's whole shit started. So Kid Rock actually used to DJ in clubs downtown Detroit. That's how he got started. He used to DJ downtown. Dude didn't even. I don't even know what his name was before Kid Rock. But what had happened was, he was at the club DJing one time, and the story goes that it was some fucking overly sized African American gentleman, like, come up, pointed at him like he was gonna whoop his ass, like, "Yo, hey kid, you rock," and that's literally how dude got his name, Kid Rock. Like, kid, you rock. Like that's how dude got his name. Now I don't know how factual that is. I don't know how distorted my version of that story is, but that's how Kid Rock allegedly got his name. And Kid Rock used to do a lot of underground rap before he got, you know, obviously like Ba With A Ba came out, like that whole album, and then
I think that was the blow up. I think
that was the blow up, and then he went into rock, and then he went into straight up fucking country, and dude killed it technically in all three genres when he entered those genres, like at the time.
Yeah, but every time he did that, he killed the previous genre. Like,
correct.
Your ability to go back to the previous one.
I mean, however, if you're a good artist, people will show up. So when you go to a Kid Rock, I haven't got to go to a Kid Rock concert. Ask me why. Oh, why? Because when I checked the ticket prices to go to a Kid Rock concert, this motherfucker wanted $300 for bullshit, and I was like, nah, son.
Eat a dick.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay $20 to see that motherfucker.
I didn't go to I've never been able to see Lil Wayne because every time I look up Lil Wayne, dude, $200 plus to go see this dude. And don't get me wrong, like
I got him for free.
I mean, good for you. And I used to get for free shows. I got to see Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Slim Thug, and Kanye West for free. This is back when H-Town just came out and Celebrity Overnight came out, and I got to see Twista. I got to see Celebrity Overnight with Twista and Kanye for free.
That would be dope.
And it actually was like, but this is what people don't realize about rappers is their song, like most of rappers' stage performance is dog shit. Because I've been to concerts like Primus, I've been to concerts like Korn stage presence was fucking crazy when we were in, right? You remember when Kids Dad come home, hey, we're gonna go see Korn. We're like, what the fuck are you saying right now? And we went and saw Korn, and their concert, their presence, their stage presence was just fucking amazing. Like their concert was awesome. So when you compare a rock concert to a rap show, it just fucking doesn't compare in my opinion. I don't care. I don't even care.
There's only a few. And that's why Tech Nine is number one on the list, because that live show was the best thing you could ever see in rap. Because it was, I mean, them going back and forth, like him doing the speed of rap that he does with Chris Calico doing the backups for it.
I got
like,
you, man.
Not only melodically, because Chris Calico is like a gospel singer,
show up. Well, you know, be involved.
Pro. But the fact that they could spit the doubles back and forth like nobody I've ever seen. Like there's not another live act that can do that same thing. And then they had with them every single time everybody on Strange, and Strange had live acts. That's all they cared about. They cared if you could make a live show feel like a rock show, because rap shows just ain't like that.
It's not. And that's what's funny. People ask me like, hey man, what's the best concert you ever been to? I'm like, well, that's tough, because I feel like Korn's stage presence is really good. To me, like, and it's because I'm like my favorite rock band is Primus, And it's not just because, oh, I heard their song and I like their song. I saw them in concert, and when Les Claypool's on stage, dude, it's like he just got this aura around him, right? Like you remember the Dave Chappelle episode talk about Rick James has this aura around him, right?
Yeah.
I feel like every time I saw Les Claypool, that dude, like all that shit you hear recorded, this dude can fucking nail it and make it even better live, which is fucking insane to say that he can make it better, right? Because when that dude plays bass, it's fucking nutty. And like, I feel like that, and then another one I gotta include is like Insane Clown Posse, man. Like,
Yes.
when we've seen them, bro, it's not like, okay, when you go out to a show, there's a stage and the rappers walk around. When you go to an Insane Clown Posse show, every single track that they rap to, they change the whole stage up almost, from what I remember. Now, obviously, if it's a smaller venue or whatever, but like when me and my brother went, when we was like, what was it? I was 16, you was 13, or 17 and 14, something like that. That show, I still got the picture with the shaggin' wagon where we fucking dressed up full clown. Dude, I will never forget that shit. And it was funny because we were like, yo, we should probably sit over here, because we saw the tapes were like, you sit front row, you're going to be leaving soaking wet. And we're like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, see, I've seen them. I've seen ICP like at this point. I've seen them like 7 or 8 times.
I've seen them 3. They're tied with Primus with me right now. I want to see them
they're
again. And me and you almost went, but something, I don't know what the fuck happened, but something happened.
I don't know. We got to do. So what's beautiful about that show? I love that you mentioned that, because like what's beautiful about that show is like that was the first big concert I went to, like, ever. Like, I had been to one rap concert and I thought it was Tupac, but it definitely wasn't. I was way too young to remember who it was. Like, I thought for the longest time that I had gone to Tupac as my first show, that was definitely not Tupac. It was definitely not. Like,
I mean, shit, if you've been a Tupac, goddamn, you must have been like 7 when you showed up. Holy shit.
It was like 8 or 9. It was 8 or 9 when I went to my first show.
But it was
like, who it was. No, fuck no. I tried to figure that shit out. I could not. But then I realized, like, it definitely wasn't Tupac, because he was, I mean, yeah, he was popular, but he definitely wasn't doing a local show in, North Orlando.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, technically, if we're like on a technical term for me, my first show was probably ever my cousin's band. I know you remember Jaybird, which he's got a band. I don't know if you follow him on Facebook, but his band's fucking, what's the name of their album? He had Neon Warship, and I got that record. I actually got the record in my bedroom. But he's got a new band now, and I can't remember the name to save the life of me, but they're heavy shit, right? Like, just like he's always played. And I went to his house recently, and dude's little home studio, he's got a whole setup behind his house, like a studio behind his house. Drums, fucking mixer, PA, like fucking everything you could think of is in that fucking studio, man. And they're touring.
say that, 'cause I get the same thing.
What is it?
It's funny you say that, because I got the same thing.
Bro, this dude's studio is fucking crazy. So, I mean, if you got a studio, I mean, we got to talk about that, man. We got to talk about, like, future endeavors. So, if I come up there now, and if you got a studio, man, I'm down to, like, just hang out for at least a couple days, maybe, and bang out some tracks and throw together an album. Drop it on SoundCloud.
That's what I do.
Huh?
That's what I do, man. That's my shit now.
That's fucking, I'm down, dude. Fuck, we haven't been able to do that in a long time.
Long time, man.
Long time, I see you.
It took me a long time to get here.
I still got the video, it's on my YouTube, where I was just chilling on the drums and you were bassing out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's on the YouTube, man. I'll put it up there.
There's a... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's a cell phone quality take, but hey, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, that's memories, man. Freaking, that's all I do now, though, is just make music, and I'm starting to actually get paid for it. I got the first rapper that I believe in. Like, I got a rapper that's gonna be coming by, and we're doing a project together. That's Main Forever. He's already got some stuff out.
Hey. Just say to him, say, hey, listen, man, I don't know if you're down with the old school shit, but my brother's got the old school beatboxes. Because it's funny,
Dude,
like, I go to a beatbox, Discord now. They call me the OG. Because I don't do none of the dubstep and the whole, these dudes are super throaty with the shit, right? And it's cool. I like it, but it's just not. I like hip hop more than I like where beatbox has driven itself to, right? To be honest.
Yeah.
And you know, you got the loopers now with the little machines to loop over their own shit, which, you know, people constantly tell me, "Oh, bro, you could just produce your own shit just using your voice." I'm like, I know I could, but it's just a matter of like, it's not authentic for me at that point. It's really not, and people know when it's not authentic too, right? Like even the recent beatbox battle competitions in Germany and the European circuit, there's a lot of complaints out there that they actually let beatboxers have a double over, meaning like you could do a beat and then put a beat over your own beat type of thing. I just don't think that's, if you're having a beatbox competition, that's not a natural beatbox competition, right? You know what I mean?
It's not.
It's like having a freestyle battle and being able to go back and throw your chorus on it to make your beat, or yeah, right. Like it's not the it's the same but different.
It's
right?
not the same thing.
Yeah, you know, it's like when you go to watch drag racing, right? You don't watch the modifieds race the top fuels. That'd be fucking stupid.
Right, there's classes.
It's
There's classes.
dumb. Right, there's classes. So that's what's up. But yeah, I don't even know how we got down that rabbit hole. But yeah, because you got a studio now. Yes. So that's awesome.
That's what we're. I mean, that's the goal, is to be able to just put out music, like, because there's music, there's money in front of the mic, like being the star, doing all that, but it's a whole focus. Like me, I get to be on the other side of it, where I produce, like I can make beats at my leisure. You know, I can rap. I can just step into my booth and just start rapping if I want to. Like, you know, if somebody comes over or anybody's like, "Hey, I've been working on this," well, fucking come on, bring it over.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much how it's running, and like it just so happened that wrestling gig came across. Like they were like, "Hey, I got a friend. I heard some of your remixes.
Bro,
could you make
that's sick, dude. Yo, that's awesome.
So it's a starter. So I'll let you. I'll actually send you over the start to that.
Damn,
it's fun. It's fun.
I mean, we could even make that a whole fucking thing, like top 5 intro music from wrestlers too, like, right?
With you on that, like, because like I've actually been diving into it, going, all right, well, what makes for a, like, literally, what makes for an interesting intro song, or like what makes a good intro?
I could tell you.
What do you got, like, off the rip?
The front of whatever track it is, right? Whatever you're dropping in on a wrestler, it's got to be heavy up front. You got to punch them in the mouth at the intro, right? If you listen to any of them, right? Like, let's talk about a classic real quick. Stone Cold Steve Austin. What do you hear? Glass breaking. And it's just fucking heavy and rugged, right? What's another one? Like, remember the Shawn Michaels and Billy Gunn, right? Degeneration X, right? Like, their fucking intro music. Even
wasn't it?
What is it?
Wasn't theirs Degen? Wasn't that fucking wasn't that the Rage Against the Machine?
I think, bro. Yeah, I want to say I think, because I don't exactly. I just remember, like, hey, who's got the best, bro? NWA Hulk Hogan. NWO Hulk Hogan, bro. Jimi Hendrix. Fuck, I was about to say Purple Rain. That's fucking Prince. Jesus Christ. Jimi Hendrix. Huh?
Prince?
No, that's not Prince. It's Jimi Hendrix. I can't think of the name of the song. It's fucking Space of My. I know it's Jimi Hendrix. Climb on top of a mountain. I fucking dude. Damn.
I can't. I can hear
Voodoo
it.
Child.
I can hear it.
Voodoo Child. Damn. But like even that song, like, yeah, it doesn't have an intro that likes breaking glass, but it's like, and you know who's coming out. You know who's coming out. Just with that little, you know what's up. You know what I mean? You know what's going on.
That's literally exactly. So this dude, he told me, he said, so he's a heel right now that is about to go to babyface. Like, he's about to make the transition because he's the champion.
Baby, oh shit, okay.
Like, so they're like, all right, so since I'm doing that, like, I'm changing my music up, but I want it to still, you know, I want it to be something like Jimi Hendrix-esque, but still give me like a trap beat behind it. I was like,
dude,
oh,
I got something we already talked about, right? When you said that, right? And maybe you'll hate me tomorrow, maybe you'll love me tomorrow, but take the Jimi Hendrix lyric and see if you can adjust the BPMs on a Prodigy type beat. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Oh man,
Hit him in the face with it.
I play. So there was a couple different ways. So I've done this. It's been a week, and I've probably done 4 iterations, like 4 different
Yeah.
versions. And the one that I really liked the intro to immediately, it was just a huge bass hit,
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
like I mean, you're gonna rumble the fuck out of their system every single time this
Exactly.
guy comes in, and it's like, oh shit, what is about to happen? And
Yeah.
then it goes from a rock feel
Yeah.
into a rap feel. Like you first feel like it's one of those classic rockers coming out,
And then it
and
drops it
then
in.
it drops into a trap style rap.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I like that's some weird shit. I like weird shit. I've always
Well,
like
that's what.
Primus is weird shit, right? Like we can all
Well, I'm
agree they're
trying to
weird
get.
shit.
They definitely are weird shit. Like he
Yeah.
did a lot of.
Another
Um,
one, hey, another one you should check out. I know we talked about Riff Raff, but you know,
Yeah.
like we both know your mom loves country, right? Loves country.
yeah.
I've just never liked country, right? But I've never sat there and hated on mom like, ah, mom, that's fucking bullshit. Like I just let her jam out. That's her thing. But dude, Riff Raff's got a track. It's called "Ain't Giving Up My Truck," and dude, it's so fucking, it's so on point, dude. It's like if you remember living over here where I'm at. There's Osteen right down the road. These motherfuckers got these trucks that are just sky high, bro. And it's so fucking on point. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so
I dig country. The classic country. I do like all of that stuff. I can still mess with that. I mean, I didn't even know there was another type of music until I was like 7. Like
Yeah.
I only thought there was country because that's all I heard in the house.
correct.
So,
Correct.
like,
Right.
So
Just
it's
like me
so
with
it's
rock,
deeply
right? Like
embedded.
same thing.
Yeah, it's like deeply embedded, like that early country shit. And then I went prior. I'm down with going all the way back to like the 50s and shit, listening to country. But
The
I
OG
can't do the
Hank
newer
Williams,
shit.
dude. Holy shit.
Oh
That
yeah,
dude,
like
that dude
Hank
died hella
Williams.
young, man. People don't realize that. He's like
Yeah, I
he's like
mean,
the Tupac of country music, man. He fucking died young as fuck. You know?
and I
Yeah.
mean his you know, you got Hank Williams Jr. and then you got the third. Like they're
Yeah.
still doing that shit and they're popular as fuck.
Yeah. True story.
But
That's
we'll
true.
and I'm gonna have to cut it.
Yeah, man. No, that's cool, man. This is good. I'll put this session up, dude. Guys, we'll throw it on YouTube. Make sure you drop a follow, a like. Crackerican, if you have a YouTube or a SoundCloud or an anything, post that link up. Throw it in the shooting the shiz. Also, throw your picture up in there, and we'll put you on the thumbnail for the YouTube video, so people know who you are. You know what I mean?
Uh,
And yeah, man, just post that up in the shooting the shiz link, and I'll put your picture there. Put any like any sort of links you got with music or whatever it is you're promoting that you want me to throw on the video. I'll put it in the description, sir.
all right, sounds like a plan to me.
Oh yeah, man. All right, guys. All right, Crackerican, man. It was good talking to you. Good catching up like mustard, homie. And we'll hopefully either do this next week or the week after. We'll keep throwing the ideas and shooting the shiz. And chat, yo, thanks everybody that showed up. Stu, Matt, thanks for your input, man. Thanks for showing up from 22ers Discord. We appreciate you. Also, Xfire, one of my moderators. I appreciate you putting in your 2 pennies, as well as Nocto, man. Thanks for showing up, man. We appreciate you guys showing up and enjoying the content live. And Massive showed up earlier, man. Appreciate you guys. But we're going to cut this one for now. I'm going to get back into a little CS Gosif. We'll probably play some randoms. Maybe Wifey will play. And if anybody else wants to play, just hit me up, man. But hey, Crackerican, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you showing up, man. And if you got people, like if Pancake wants to show up or any of your homies wants to show up in the Discord, just give them the link. And then, I'm always down to have more than 2 people throwing feedback on something. I mean, we might not be able to do top 5. We might have to do favorite if we get 10 people in here talking about shit, But hey, the more the merrier is what I say, right? Or maybe we'll have special guests. Maybe it'll be me and Crackerican's thing, and we can have a special guest from time to time.
I'm with it. I'm with it for sure.
Where's the video reactions, Kappa? Fuck you. Fucking Xfire, dude. God damn, bro. Fuck, dude. We appreciate you, man. Thanks, X. All right, Crackerican, man. Have a good night. Peace out, man. Hey, man. Yo, that's my actual brother, man. I appreciate you showing up tonight. All right, guys.